Hi everybody, it's Bob and Christine again. I want to talk about Albert Einstein and a little birdie and creativity. Albert Einstein said that the significant problems we have cannot be solved at the same level of thinking with which we created them. And so I want to talk about how this bore itself out for me last night. I was staying at a good friend's house last night, and I was going to use the jacuzzi in her backyard. And as I got ready to go out the back door, a little birdie flew in the house. Now you'd think it'd be simple enough for the little birdie to fly right back out the way it came in. Suffice it to say, I spent the next hour trying to shoo the little birdie outside the house. It was just in 2 rooms, but I couldn't get it to fly out. And I started using my arms and clapping, and then I got a big towel. It was a blanket. I got a big blanket. Thought maybe I could kind of corral it in. That wasn't working. So finally, you should see me. It was not pretty. I had a blanket in one hand, I had a broom in the other, and I was making bird sounds, trying to get the bird to go back out the door that it had come in. I had opened up the door widely for it. It would not go out the door. And so finally I sat down on the couch, and I sat there and I thought, surely there's a metaphor in here for living. And I wasn't thinking of Einstein at the time, but I think it applies, his statement about the problems that we have won't be solved at the same level with which we created them. I had opened the door, the bird had flown in, and I was going to escort the bird out. And then I sat there for a few minutes, and literally I got to thinking, what would the bird be thinking? I'm quite sure I've never done this before. And I thought, well, first of all, the bird's freaked out because I keep coming at it and making these noises. And the neuropsychologist in me realized that first of all, that bird's limbic system, specifically its amygdala, are probably just going haywire right now out of fear. So it's not looking at the obvious. The door's open and it's not flying out the door. But that's not helping things. So let's just sit here for a minute, Bob. And I also thought that if the bird has mirror neurons, I don't know if they do or not, but I do, and that if the bird does, that my own anxiety and mounting agitation surely must be transmitting to the bird, and so it's not able to think in its best way either. So I thought, let the bird sit for a few minutes, and I'm going to sit here for a few minutes and come up with another strategy. So what I came up with was, I keep coming at the bird from floor level. The bird's up in the ceiling, up in the corners, resting on the tops of curtains and so on, but it's up above me. And I thought, what if I were to come at the bird from up at his level or her level? And so what I did is I made myself really tall. I just stood up on my tiptoes, and I got my blanket and my broom, and I came down from above towards the bird rather than coming from below up. And within seconds, the bird found the door and flew out. I closed the door and sat down. I thought, now what lessons are there in here for me, for us, maybe? And I said, well, the first one is, if a strategy isn't working, stop using it. For an hour, I tried the same strategy. I did exactly what Einstein said not to do. There was a problem, and I kept trying to answer the problem from the same perspective, literally from ground level. And it wasn't working. Not only was it not working, I wasn't even thinking about it not working or why it might not be working until I sat down. So that's the first lesson. The second lesson is simple. Empathy works. Is that for me to imagine what might be going on inside the bird, I'm no bird expert, but to just imagine what the bird might be thinking or even feeling, that helps. That helped. Another lesson in here for me was when something gets going like that, what does it cost to take just a break from the hubbub? What does it take just to sit down? It was that sitting down that was really, that's where what bore the fruit, was just to take a moment away from more activity. I've seen how often when a problem comes up, I move into activity rather than taking a moment maybe to reflect on what's going on before I act. And so really it's made me think, honest to goodness, this bird has made me think not only of Albert Einstein, but also how it is that it might serve me in my interpersonal relationships or even my interspecies relationships of sitting and trying to understand what's going on for the other person, trying to kind of get a grip on my own anxiety or my own agitation, and being mindful about my response. That's all. Thank you.